Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. What is an apple crab? Is this an apple crab? Where do they come from? Is this an apple crab? What do they taste like? Could this be the future of plants in our homestead? Stay tuned and you'll find out. What's an apple crab? If a crab apple and an apple fall in love.
I like these ones.
Yeah. What's an apple crab?
Oh wow.
So the best apples we ever had?
If you guys are not familiar with apple crabs, what's an apple crab?
It's like an apple burst.
I think it tastes better. Oh
It's like a Jolly Rancher.
What's an apple crab?
Amazing.
It tastes like an apple.
My lady, what are you doing?
Another one? I was not expecting that.
It's really good.
These are fun.
Like a little red bomb that's really appley and sour.
It's delicious.
It's food.
A red little...
Better.
a ball.
Stay tuned for more. I love being up here in the garden, and one of the main reasons for that is the garden is where food comes from. A good portion of the food in the world comes from gardens. Used to probably be even more than these days. But I have before me something I only learned about recently, and thankfully when I learn things I like to run my mouth. Part of the benefit of, you guys listening right now. So I'm always looking at different fruit, different opportunities. I don't mind a very diverse food supply. I see things from a number of different places around the world growing here, and I really appreciate that. So these guys here are super cool, and I never imagined that just weeks after about learning of the existence of something, I'd be able to have it here in my hand in quantity. So what happened is I was doing an amount of research growing from seeds, right? Cross-pollinating different things. And generally, if you talk about apples, people know about crab apples and they know about apples. But these, I believe, are apple crabs. And sometimes when you say apple crabs, people think some sort of crab. They laugh at you thinking you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know properly how to say crab apple. But a crab apple is different from an apple. And I'm going to go ahead and say that apple crabs are different from apples and then crab apples. So generally, crab apples are grown either as a pollinator or as a ornamental. The fruit's generally considered inedible, but they've got often beautiful flowers in the spring, all sorts of different, beautiful colors they come in. And if you plant one near your apple tree, boom, that apple tree often has heavier yields. Now, crab apples are not as large as apples and not as palatable, but they put out quite a harvest. There's all sorts of them hanging there. So with an apple, you're going to have a more palatable fruit, you're going to have a larger fruit, and you're going to have not as many. But if a crab apple and an apple fall in love, and they get married, and they have children, so the cross-pollination occurs, you get your apple, and it's been pollinated by crab apple, and you grow that from seed, that's where apple crabs come from. And an apple crab is going to be more palatable, like an apple. In fact, some are fantastic from what I hear. And they're going to be in a very heavy quantity, like a crab apple would, but tastier than crab apples. And then also smaller than an apple, but bigger than a crabapple. And this one here happens to be shaped like a Stanley plum or a European plum. I mean, they're oblong, which is fantastic. So I was learning about them. I was thinking about them. There's some places in the Northeast where apple crabs are popular in planting a food plot for deer, because the deer will love to come and gobble them up, right? Along with all sorts of different other things, you know, crab apples, apples, persimmons, pears. There's lots of things that people do that with. And I was thinking about getting some next year just to grow on my property and to get some of the older varieties so I could graft them as well of the apple crabs. But I mentioned something to my workmate. He goes on a trip from the Ozarks here all the way up to Minnesota, winds up in Minnesota. And while he's there, he sends me a message and he's standing under a tree. And he goes, "Are these those apple crabs you were talking about?" And he mentioned to some people he was with, "Hey, I think these are apple crabs." And they laughed at him because they thought he didn't know how to say crab apple. But I said, "What do they taste like?" And he's like, "They taste good." In fact, after I had that message with him, I'm like, "Look, I want some seeds from that. Ask if you can pick some fruit. And please bring me some fruit because I want the seeds that are in it," right? God created the fruit with the seed in itself. So if you get a fruit you like, often you can grow the seed from that fruit and have your own, very similar to that fruit, growing on your own property. That's what I like. So he got permission and he had a big bag of them, and I just went to pick them up at his house now. The first thing it is, he says, "Hold on." And he opens a bag and he grabs out 2 big handfuls for his family. And some people will be like, "Oh no, I had all these and now he's taking some back." Well, hold on. He's the one who traveled like 900 miles with them. Moreover, he's the one who got these for me. And moreover, that's a witness and a testimony to the flavor of these and the fact that although they don't look like some apple you're going to find at the store, they're super tasty. I've not even tried one yet. But I am so fantastically blessed. If you guys are not familiar with apple crabs, have you ever heard anyone even say apple crab? And I appreciate it because it pays homage to the parents while making a distinction that it is neither of its parents. You guys ever do that? If so, what do they taste like? What do they look like up by you? I'd love to know. So I'm gonna try one now. I'm gonna let some of my children try some. But this is fantastic. I absolutely love this. This is part of what thrills me about life, so. Wow. Now, first of all, I've been highly disappointed with store-bought apples lately. A lot of the varieties, they just don't taste that good these days. I don't know if it's picking them immature and shipping them across the country or whatever's going on. This, wow. Let me see if it'll focus on that. Maybe. There's a seed there. Yes. Oh yeah. And the people where he got these from, they've made like a jam or a jelly, or they would put them up and preserve them somehow, turn them into something. Wow. Yes. I can see why my friend grabbed a couple handfuls. And I'm so glad. I happened to mention to him, like within probably a week of me finding out about the existence of these, and boom, immediately he's standing under a tree many states away, and he goes, "Is this what you're talking about? Do you want these?" I'm like, "Yes!" And that's it right there. It looks like an apple seed, guys. Looks like an apple seed. That's the future. That's part of the future of my homestead. Ah. Gather up, little children. Do you guys want to try something special?
Yeah.
What I would like is for each of you to pick one. And I want you to taste it, and if you can, find and save the seeds.
This tastes like an apple. Mmm. This tastes like a drink, kind of. Kind of like a beer drink.
Kind of like a pear drink?
Kind of like a fruit drink.
Yeah, it tastes like a fruit drink? Do you like it?
Yes,
Do you like it?
It looks like there's an apple seed in here.
They should. They should look just like apple seeds, okay?
Look, I have two right there.
Good. Save them. Hey, have you eaten any apples from the store lately?
Yes, sir.
Does this taste better or worse?
Better.
Do you like this better or worse than the store apples?
Better.
Better? Yeah, Mija? And you got an apron? Were you helping cook today?
Yes, we're done making.
Brownies?
Yeah.
Wow, Mija.
Little did.
Thank you for helping. What happened? Uh-oh.
Found it.
Okay. So you guys think that's a good idea? Should we plant some seeds?
Yes, sir.
So I think that's an apple crab. Do you like apple crabs?
Yeah.
And what a great size. Thank you, son. Yes, this is the future. And this is the future. Hey, you two.
Howdy.
Would you come try something for me?
Sure.
My belief is they are apple crabs. How do they look?
They look just kind of tiny and funny, but oh my. Oh wow. It's like an apple burst.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Have you had any apples from the store lately?
Wow.
What do they taste like?
I like these ones.
Yeah.
These are
To
really
me,
nice.
they've been tasting like sadness. Now, hey, if you can find seeds,
Wow.
save them inside there, because if they're going to have offspring, you guys can be next.
I'd call
They're-
these apple burst apples.
Apple burst apples,
Their
yeah.
flavor. And come. They do, yeah.
So I got a few people in my gardening group I want to save some for.
These are delicious.
Yeah. If you had a tree full of them, you'd be picking them.
I was not expecting that. Wow.
Hey, when he went to give me this bag, first thing he did is grab 2 big old handfuls out for his family and then hand them to me. And you know how happy that made me? Because what's that evidence of? What's that evidence of?
He wants to keep some too?
Yeah, they taste amazing. Wow. Hey, Pinky, Monster Truck, you guys want to run around and give it a try? Pick a nice one. Give it a try.
Oh, they're so cold. That might be.
And be honest.
Oh my. Jolly Rancher.
Oh, we could call them Jolly Rancher apples. I know. Yes, girl.
What do you think?
It has a sourness to it, but then it has apple
really good.
flavor, and
What's that, Pinky?
it's really good. It's like really sour, but really good. I don't know.
It's got a surprising, I think, taste. It's like, whoa! And it's like, that's delicious.
Yeah, it's a surprising tartness and flavor.
My lady, what are you doing?
Maybe another one? What is that?
Where's
These are
Nitas?
some of the best apples I've had.
Hey, invite her to... Is there what, child?
Some of the best apples we've ever had.
Wow. See, this is why things excite me. This is why these things excite me. See that? That's a future orchard. We're like 30 apple trees short, at least, is what we heard.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Are ya? Yeah.
These keep you awake.
I may have ordered some old school varieties of these, too, from up in the Northeast to try here.
These are fun. The children will really like these. The smaller ones too. The little ones.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they liked them. You should have seen Bugger's face. Bugger had a face much similar to yours. Oh, yes, 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 guys. Here's the future. It's getting happy. Speaking of the future, how's the little babu?
Baboon.
Good. Lots of movement.
Baboo. Not baboon.
Just my apple.
I actually had a dream last night. We had a little baby boy, and he had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Wow, what do we name him?
I don't know.
Baboon?
Didn't have a name.
That's what she said.
But it was quite interesting. He was adorable.
Child, I love you. What I would like you to do, we're trying to see if these taste better or worse than store-bought apples. So I need you to take a bite and chew it up and tell me what your thoughts are. And then save seeds.
I think it tastes better.
Better?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't even look like a real apple.
I think it looks like a potato.
You think it looks like a potato?
Oh, yeah.
A little baby red
Tiny
potato?
Baby potatoes.
Yeah? Would you eat another one if I let you? Mm-hmm. Do you want to save seeds? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because it's food and they taste better than store-bought apples.
That is awesome.
Really good.
Thank you for watching. And the left one. Thumbs up. But well.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.